Hi, can you guys hear me now? Today is like a weird technical day. What's happening? Um, hello, hello. Hi. Let's try again. You guys there? All right. We're all coming back. I'm so sorry about that. I'm not sure what's happening. I hope you can hear me. Can you hear me? If you can hear me, give me a thumbs up. Yay. Thank you. All right, well, we're back and we're going to try to do this again. I hope Nagar can get in here. Um, we'll try again. I'm going to try to invite her again. And give me 1 second. Hey, Patty Metz. Hey, sister. Love that. Hold on. Nagar. Let's see if it works again. Hi from Peru. So before we got disconnected, I was literally rattling off every country that is here. Malaysia, Peru, South Africa. I love this. I kind of feel like you guys are joking with me and maybe you're not really calling in from there, but I'm just kidding. I know that's not true. Hi, Leah. Oh, it's so nice to see friends on here. Anyway, hi guys. So I'm just going to keep talking. Ask me some questions. What can I answer for you? I'm here. I've got my coffee. I've got my Christmas cookies, which Nini made. Nini is basically like a third grandma to all of us. She's been with the family, the Ponte family, for 55 years. She's the best. And every year she makes the loveliest Christmas cookies. Hold on. I'm actually going to show you. Oh, wow. Negs, are you there? You were there. Wait, come back. So look at, they're little yummy stars. She has all these little knickknacks and things that she does when she's in Switzerland, and she puts like, I mean, they're not called knickknacks, but whatever they are for baking, she makes all these like intricate little stars and snowmen and all sorts of stuff. But these are delicious. They have a little bit of a lemon zest to them, so they're my favorite. Oh, we're gonna eat those today. Anyway, I'm really excited to be with you guys. I hope that Nagar is going to be able to join us. She did just pop in. But I I'm sorry that I've been away for a few weeks. A lot of stuff has happened. Um, really exciting stuff, but sort of all at once. We did some traveling with the holidays, and I'm doing a play. And yeah, I'm doing a play. So I'm in rehearsals for that play. I'm doing the Seagull, Chekhov's The Seagull. And um, and it goes up in January here in Los Angeles. And so it's amazing. And I'm going to share a lot more of that with you soon. But it's just it's a lot of work, as you can imagine, and I haven't done it in over 20 years. So but I'm enjoying it very, very much and having an awesome time. It's challenging, but a great group of people, so I'm really excited. So I missed you guys, and thank you for showing up today. um Nagar, I don't know what's going on, but I'm sad that you're not here. I'm really not sure what else to do. um Try again. Let me try to invite you one more time. You did pop on for a second and then you were out again. Let's see. Let's try one more time. Hi, Germany. What happened to my finger? Oh, the fact that you're not here. Oh, there you are. Not sure what else to do. There you are.
I have to do this from my phone. I can't manage to get, I'm such a
You know
Luddite. I
what?
think we need to
You know
resend
what?
the invitation.
By the way, the computer is much more difficult. You should do it from your phone.
Okay, we're gonna do this from my phone. Okay,
Yeah. Hi. Here, get your get your camera situated.
Yeah. Okay,
But
let's see, where am
you
I gonna
guys, I
put
want to
this up?
introduce my dear friend and incredible stylist and costume designer, Negar Ali Kline. Negar is the best human, woman, everything and talent. But right now, we're so excited because she is been costume designing Nobody Wants This on Netflix, which is this huge hit. And if you haven't seen it, go and see it. It's such a great show for so many reasons, and one of the big reasons is that, like, I feel like everybody loves this show, including, like, family members of mine who are literally of all ages. My daughter is stomping down the stairs. Hi, good morning.
Love you.
Bye, love you. um, I know. Click, 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 click. Anyway, her and Eduardo both are like such stompers. I don't get it. They put their shoes on upstairs and then go through the entire house. I kind of feel like we should carry our shoes to the front door and then like put them on and then leave the
Yeah, that's
house.
civilized.
That's
Yeah.
that's more civilized, right? I'm like the only one that feels that way. Everybody else does not feel that way.
You allow
Anyway,
shoes in your home. You allow, or do people have to take off their shoes?
we always took off our shoes
Yeah.
when the kids were
Yeah.
little. And we have hardwood floors that I clean all the time. So now I kind of feel like it's okay. But frankly, we normally take everything off by by when you walk in. But then what they end up doing is they end up like maybe carrying it up to their room and then wearing it back down.
Right.
So it defeats the
Yeah.
purpose.
I mean,
So yeah, I don't
are you?
do you take your shoes off?
I do, but we don't require people to
Okay.
remove, come over, but I tend to just like kick them off as soon as I mean, I take off my shoes and I get in my pajamas pretty much as soon as I get up. I just,
Well,
I just want to get comfy as soon as I walk in. But yeah.
I was going to go to my office today to do this with you. And my house is so cozy right now
Yeah.
with the tree and just is warm. And I just did not want to go anywhere. I just felt like staying here and I have my little drink.
Oh,
What, do you have anything to drink? Did you bring a little something? Yeah, you
I
go.
love you.
What do you drink?
I wish wow, now I wish I pulled out my china for you
See?
today. I wish I did, because that would have been cute because one of my favorite things to do over the holidays, which we've done together, is go to the peninsula for tea.
Oh,
Because they have
yes.
just that beautiful tree, and they have the harpist. It's really, really cozy.
You like the harpist.
I love the harpist. I love their big tree. I love their big fireplace. I love their high tea. They have the best,
It is
all
the
the
best.
things.
It is in Los Angeles. It's the best high tea for sure. And also, I'm a huge fan of scones.
Yeah.
Like
And
I love
all the things.
scones.
Yeah, I love
Yeah.
it. Love it so much. Yeah, it's a cozy time of year, so that's nice to just, to be home and settle in, get ready for the holidays.
I know. I was just apologizing to everyone because I kind of disappeared for a few weeks because just a lot came up with travel and work and just things. And I don't know. I mean, I just wasn't able to, I needed to kind of organize myself, if
Yeah.
you will. Like sometimes this month becomes like a big, like race to nowhere. I don't know. Like what's,
Going out. I never go out. I've gone out 4 nights in a row. I'm like,
wow.
who am I? What's happening?
Wow. Is it holiday parties?
Holiday party, like work holiday parties and friends and holiday dinners, but it's nice. I love it. This is a nice time of year for sure.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is great. It is great. There has been a lot of them. Sometimes I get a little bit of anxiety because I feel when we're in groups, somebody's going to get sick.
Yeah.
But I think that's my anxiety from COVID.
Yeah.
Like this
Yeah.
kind of group. And I just don't want to have a cold.
Yeah.
I
As
don't
soon
want
as
to
you
get sick. It's not even COVID. I just don't like, I feel like somebody's going to sneeze in my face and that but do you think that we have all maybe learned? I know I have, but I don't feel like everyone has like maintained that level of,
paranoid. Yeah. No, just like alert,
alert or just, how about just courtesy?
for-
Courtesy. I was looking for the
for-
word courtesy.
yeah. Yeah, for sure. I mean, we definitely see things differently since COVID. Yeah. And on many levels, but yes, definitely hyper aware of germs. No, I got to wear my glasses. I just tried taking them off and it was like a complete blur. Oh my God, Sasha, thanks for having me on. This is so fun talking to you. I love you. This is so cool.
Super casual, I told you. What's really fun is every time I get on here and I start seeing where everybody's
Yeah.
coming from, and I'm like reading on from South Africa to Lithuania to India to England, and I'm going, are you guys kidding with me? Like I kind of feel like maybe they're writing,
Right.
they're like from South Africa, but they're really somewhere nearby. They're
Right.
like my neighbor.
They're writing you from they're like, that's funny actually. No.
because I know I like
Well,
it.
that's
I get like
cool.
excited.
Yeah, I mean that's what's Portugal here. No,
Portugal. See?
it's like, we're just all here, but we're from all over the world.
I
That's what's
know. I know. Well,
cool.
listen, I first of all, I have so many things like I feel like I want to talk to you about because we're talking about holidays now, which is a good topic. Did I show you my Christmas cookies that Nini made? So these are these cookies that Nini, she's been with the family for like 50 years, and every year she like make 55 years. She makes these cookies. These are very simple. Normally she's much more intricate and adds all these snowmen and these things, but they're delicious. And if we were together, I would give you one, and I know you'd like it. It's a delicate sugar cookie with a lemon glaze. So it's like a zest of lemon on top, which is kind of kills me because I love lemon. Like I love a tiny hint
Yeah.
of lemon in anything, even if like a scone or whatever. So she has to hide them in here away from me because I will go through this entire box in 2.5 seconds. Like I will just,
Those look good. Those
they're really good. They're
are
delicious.
simple. I like simple cookies. We
Yeah.
still make your flourless chocolate cake.
You
So,
do?
oh, all the time. That's like one of my go-to cakes. Like if I'm gonna bake something, it's so simple. It's so good. Everyone loves it.
Yeah, I got that from Andrea. She did kind of put that cake together, and now it is like a go-to cake. It's delicious. I actually think it's
Yeah,
one of,
you should,
if not one of the best flourless cakes I've ever tasted because when you use good chocolate,
yeah,
I feel like it really hits in the right way.
yeah,
And it's a perfect amount. It's not too sweet. It's and the texture of it, even though it doesn't always come out perfect. Remember, I told you the
yeah,
first time you made it, I was like, it's not going to be pretty, but just cover it with some raspberries and cream, and it'll be
totally.
delicious. It's good, right?
The rustic look of it too. I sort of like imperfect cakes and kind of cracked, like how that one kind of comes out. You never know how it's gonna, but it's so delicious. I mean, it doesn't it's eaten in like minutes, so no one even really
Oh,
sees what it looks like.
I know. I know. It's really, really good. I know people always go, no, 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 I don't want anything. And I go, please just do me a favor and try it like a little slither, and they'll always go back for more. It's also a really great cake for, I feel like, to take to someone's house or like a school thing because it's not difficult to make.
Yeah.
But it's so good. Yeah, it's really, really good. Okay, so let's talk about this big old success. Well, first of all, there's so many things. Like one is that you and I have worked together in as a stylist. You were my stylist through some of the most memorable moments of my career, whether it was the SAG Awards or the People's Choice Awards. Like we have done so many um, really fun moments together. And one of the great things that I love about your taste, your talent, and your eye is that you have a very you're always elegant. There's a gracefulness and a timelessness to the way you see things. You're not like you're always on trend, but not on trend. You're in like this timeless trend. Like I feel like you you never it's never something. I don't look back at something that I've ever worn
Oh,
that
yeah.
you have styled and felt like, oh, that's like that was so that moment.
Right.
I don't feel that ever. I always feel like, wow, no, that moment was our moment.
Yeah.
I felt in that moment and exactly the color
Yeah.
choice, the style, how I felt in it. And I don't ever feel like you choose or you lean towards clothes that wear the people.
Yeah.
You want the people to wear the
Well,
clothes,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. No, we've had some great moments. I mean, I remember the red. I still, well, I have sort of a photographic memory when it comes to only as it relates to like work things. Um, and I still remember, yeah, like the red strapless. I think it was, yeah, it was that Freddie gown for SAG, and then the pink and red for the People's Choice Awards was just
Who
like, it was
was that? Victoria Beckham? Who
red.
was that dress?
Um, yeah,
Roxanda?
no, there was a design, Antonio Berardi, that would just cut like really beautiful, like tailored silhouettes.
Amazing
And yeah,
memory, Antonio Berardi. That dress is
no,
spectacular. I still have
I
that dress in my,
love this quiz actually. I play
yeah.
this game with like, we play this game sometimes. Um, like some of the girls I work with, where we're always like, what was the dress in scene 4 that was, like such and such person was wearing in episode 8, and we're like, ding, ding, ding. I mean, I just love because it's like a good way to exercise the brain, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, so yeah, we definitely have had some good, memorable moments. I know it's so fun. It's really nice when you get to work with friends, right? I mean, that's
I
just like
mean,
a
sometimes, not always.
right. And
I mean,
I'm lucky.
we have a good chemistry, but sometimes it can ruin things because you love your friend, but their work mode hat or whatever becomes something different, right?
about the process, right? Like
Yeah.
when you're working with someone, like your processes, is that a word?
Yeah.
Processes. Um, they sort of have to be aligned, right? Otherwise, like if someone's like, if they're not, it could be crazy making, right? So you try to work with people where you feel like your processes complement each other,
Yeah.
right? Like and then when the final result is good too, then you're like, oh well, plus like this is a great working relationship, right? Because you could, it's kind of like it's two things, the final result and then the
Right.
process can be like,
Right.
yeah.
The final result and the process. And the process is
Yeah.
delicate because we also go through phases. Like sometimes we just don't feel like wearing a color or something that's, let's say body hugging. And sometimes we do want to show our bodies more. It just depends. And also it's how do we feel about our body, especially as women. Sometimes, there's parts of our body that are looking really good at that moment. And we're like, I want to show my legs or I want to show this. Um, it's just an interesting thing. For me, it's all about a mood.
Oh,
It's
that's
really about a mood.
so much actually, Sasha. Like I mean that's I think about that all the time. Like, we dress according to our moods, precisely, right? Like, right, I'm always thinking about that, and that's like sort of what you think about when you're thinking about a character and the situation they're in and all the rest. So it's kind of I think that's what why I gravitate towards costume design versus styling, because yes, you're right, I do sort of straddle both worlds.
Yeah.
I always have. um so yeah, I think, that's sort of like, I mean, although we sort of approach red carpet styling and even advertising, commercial styling with that in mind, right? Like, what's the story we're telling? Who is this person? What are we trying to convey? What's the feeling that we're trying to convey in this moment with this piece of clothing,
Yeah.
right? So,
Yeah.
and then, but yeah, I mean, with Nobody Wants This, it was like amazing because the two characters, like my two main characters, Joanne and Morgan, they're, really complicated girls, and they sort of have like lots of different sides to their personality. But they're also fashion girls, which made it so fun for me, right? Because
Mhm.
that's my background. And so I was able to like because you're not thinking about trends when you're thinking about costume design,
Right.
you don't approach it with that lens at all. You're just like telling the story, what is right to like visually communicate what is happening, and who these people are. So I think that in this case, it was just like this like alignment that was like, oh, we get to do like fun LA fashion looks, and at the same time they're like these amazing women that are, strong and funny and smart and out there in the world doing their thing. So really fun characters to
Yeah.
design, right? So that was like just the jumping off point. And yeah, so it kind of aligned my two worlds, is what I'm trying to say, right? Like my styling world and my costume design world kind of came together in this project, and that's why when I read it, I was like, I have to do this. Like, this is like my show.
It's awesome. And Aaron Foster's first show, and I know having done a lot of shows, it's very hard to make a good show, forget a successful show, just the process of it and the speed of it.
Mhm.
And also just, you have to really have to trust the instincts and sort of hope that you put together the best team and that everyone's on the same page. And what struck me about the show, and I remember you going, I can't wait for you to see it, Sasha. I'm really curious to see what you think. But here's the thing, it's like this was a show that everyone needed at this moment, which it just hit. First of all, it hit, it was funny, it had family, it had romance, it had very likable characters. And I'm a big fan like I was in Fleabag of like the priest, like the weird, taboo relationship with a rabbi or a priest or like something that's like completely off. And to see Adam Brody inhabit that character, I was so like, how is he going to do this? Because you immediately feel somehow of a distance with a character that is somebody of a faith, right, of anything. You just sort of go, oh, what's that going to be like? But he was so natural. And I thought that him and Kristen had such great chemistry. So it all really worked. But then it was like the bow on all of it was this amazing feedback and response you got to this wardrobe, which can sometimes go this way and sometimes not. Like, but the fact that it did just adds that extra little icing on an already great show to be able to look at things and recognize the clothes. And we're not going to talk about red sweaters, even though I wore one today. We're not going to talk about it because
Yeah.
everyone's been asking you about that. But like, that's the thing. You put someone in something that literally stands out to them as iconic, and then they want to know all about it. And so, and also red is a color that I know that you and I both love.
Yeah.
It is a color specifically like the right red, the pinky red, we love that. So it's been great. I'm really happy for you and excited that this experience has sort of ended up just being what it is. I think it must be really fun for you. I'm imagining to be able to talk about it the way you are and the press that you guys are all doing and to for people to acknowledge and recognize the work that goes in and to ask those questions even
Oh,
if they are what's that sweater and where do I get it. I still think that it's really it's exciting to be able to work on something for so long. Like how many months did you guys shoot? 6 months?
oh no, not at all. I mean, no, I think we only shot for like 2.5 months.
Oh,
I mean, it's quick. I mean, you know how TV is, it's so fast, right? So we like do an episode every 5 days, but I mean, definitely it feels good to be a part of something that people are enjoying
oh yeah.
um and I'm just, yeah, like the way that the characters have resonated with, with everyone, especially women, like, that they were able to connect so much with Joanne and with Morgan and um but making the thing is the thing, right? Like, yeah, I mean, this is so nice and I'm so happy that people like it for sure, but it's just the making part is actually the part that's kind of the good part.
Well, and by the way, it always is. It always
Always.
is. Like, honestly,
Yeah.
I feel like, and that's a whole other
Yeah.
topic we're not going to get into today,
Yeah.
but the same thing I feel about, I'm doing this play and the making of the
It's
rehearsing
cool.
of it, the getting to work on it is so deeply satisfying in a way that I have not felt in honestly, like, I don't know how long, 20 years. Like, it's just a completely different experience,
Yeah.
but to that collaboration with people to be able to come together and share ideas and not know what the right idea is, but to be working towards something is a beautiful thing. And if you love that collaboration, which I know you do and I do, because we're people and we want to hear ideas and we want to kind of, um, sort of work towards whatever that is. It's really, that's the best part for sure. For
I mean,
sure.
the team we get to build, we have the best team on this, and we just, I mean, it's hard work, but we laugh so much. I
That's the
mean, it's
most important thing.
it's so we have moments where, because things happen, you know what I mean? Like crazy things happen on production where you're just like, wait, what just happened? But we
Do
laugh,
you know,
we laugh.
do you know what my one of my funniest things in production was? I once, and I don't know if you guys had this at all because it depends on how many people are in the scene, but I always get a kick out of background.
Yeah.
And so, for
Oh,
those of you around the world that don't know what we're talking about, when you're shooting a television show or movie or anything, there's all the people in the background. They used to be called extras. Now they're background. And because they're not extras, they mean a lot to the scene, but
yeah.
they make things look real. They make the set, they make it all look like you're in a real group
Background
or a
act.
real party and they all have to be, dressed in part of the whole thing too. So you have to look out at all of them.
Oh, we have such, I mean, there's some really funny background moments or, wardrobe malfunction. I mean, things like that
Oh
happen.
yeah. Oh
You're like,
yeah.
wait, what?
I
So
had once, I have to tell you, I had once, and then I want to ask you about those, all the like bar mitzvah like things,
oh,
because both of our, well, we'll talk about that in a second, but I want to tell you one really funny story. I was once shooting a doctor series, and my character had to run through the hospital and open doors looking for a doctor. Like, where's Dr. Allen? Is Dr. Allen in here? And in every one of the rooms, they had placed these background doctors and patients in the rooms doing things so that it
right.
looked like there were people in there. Well, I opened one of the doors and I'm like, is Dr. Allen? Oh my God. And my face and the camera was right up on my face.
Yeah.
And there was this guy playing a doctor and another very old man wearing a hospital gown and laying there, and the doctor was like lifting his leg, like sort of like he was stretching and we're checking his leg, but the man had no underwear on. And so I literally walked into going, oh my God. And then I kept going. And the director was like, what was that? What was that reaction? And I said, you go look in that door. You go right in that door and look what I just saw. And then, but the man just didn't realize that the camera was like, anyone would be able to see him really. It made me laugh so hard because then like 10 minutes later, I see that guy at craft service, like at the food table, and he's got this plate of scrambled eggs that he's just downing.
Yeah.
And I thought, this is the funniest business
Yeah.
ever. I mean, the wackiest business. I just wanted to follow him home and sort of watch him and
Right.
observe because it was hilarious.
Yeah.
So wait, two things I wanted to talk about. One is, well, specifically in like group scenes, like when you did the bar mitzvahs and bat mitzvahs, we both have sons that are the same age, right? And so they were all doing that whole bar mitzvah, bat
Oh,
mitzvah circuit of going to them last year. So each one was absolutely just
yeah.
hilarious, like looking at things. Did you observe and
Oh,
get ideas
yeah.
going?
Yeah.
Like how did,
Totally. That was that. I actually was like, one day I remember we were shooting the bat mitzvah scenes, and my son was attending that night. I think I had to pick him up from a bat mitzvah, but definitely I was dropping him off and checking out what everybody had on, like the girls. So I was telling, I was like, well, like in LA, the uniform for a 13-year-old girl at a bat mitzvah or bar mitzvah was, I don't know what's going on this season, but last season it was a tight black dress
yes.
and a pair of either Converse or Air Force One, like a sneaker,
Yeah.
or and it could be long sleeve, strapless, short sleeve, off the shoulder, but a tight black short dress was the. Am I right?
Yes.
I mean, this
Yes.
thing. This is so I was like, for the girls, tight black dresses, like it really was nice to have that to do like sort of my, research at, which was so cool. I mean, a lot of the things in the show sort of overlapped in my personal life, right? Like, and I've talked about this a little bit, but just the whole immigrant sort of, family that Noah's from. I feel like, I'm
I want
very
to talk about that. That was my next
yeah.
question. Go ahead. Tell me. Yeah, I want to talk about that.
There was a lot of overlap there. So I felt like I could draw from my personal life a bit, for this show, which was, always interesting to be able to draw on people that you actually know. Like Noah's mom, Bina, was sort of like this, like I was thinking about my friend Desiree's aunt Shirley and my aunt Manouche, like coming together. And
Oh
that was
yeah.
how I conceived of uh, Bina's costumes. But yeah, so there was definitely some references of people that I know in in the show.
Well, the same, by the way, even though my family is not, Iranian, and are you Armenian and Iranian?
Iranian and
I
Armenian.
know, I
Yes.
mean, and so my Serbian family, same
Yes.
thing. I think that's what made the show so relatable is that that was captured and that the family dynamics and
Yeah.
the things that they were arguing about really hit home with people. Because
Yeah.
I have aunts and uncles and family members who've all watched this show and are like, Sasha, I watched the best show and we were laughing so hard. It really reminded me of that family sitting around a table, just arguing and having really different points, very strong points of
Yeah.
view about all sorts of things, right? And so I definitely feel like that was a big piece of the kind of I would say like more commercial. It really appealed to a lot of different people. But I loved that. Like that's some of the funniest stuff
Oh
ever
well,
is
Tova. I
is
mean,
to have these kind of different, different family points of view that are coming at each other. That was hilarious to me.
yeah,
It's really, really funny.
yeah,
Really funny.
yeah. Sasha, he's so funny. I mean, it was all the
Oh
character.
yeah.
Yeah.
Sasha.
Mhm.
Sasha, he's funny. Wait, you know what I remember? I remember when your son Cyrus was spending a lot of time with his Persian Armenian grandparents. When he was growing up, they were watching him a lot during the day and everything. And one day he was playing with Leo or whatever, and I remember he would say salad instead of salad. Like he would like a salad, and he would say
Yeah,
salad, and he would get the accent
yeah,
that his grandparents used in. Do you know how cute that? I mean, that's the cutest thing
yeah.
ever. Does
No,
he
he had
still
a
do that? He doesn't still
full
do that.
Persian man. He had a very thick accent. My husband and I would talk about it all the time. So my husband's not Persian. He'd be like, "Why is he, what's going on? Is he gonna outgrow this? Like what is happening?" But
Oh my
yeah,
God. That'd be really funny if there was like a little girl who's like spending time with her grandmother who's like, either just like a very old yenta that speaks a certain way or whatever it is. And that would be that's like such a funny idea. I just never, I mean, it is true. If your child goes, um, and spends time with the grandparents, they're going to pronounce words. But it was just funny because it was in Los Angeles.
right. Yeah,
And
he
he
picked it up
he would just, but he also admired and loves his grandparents.
very.
So he really loved them. So there was that,
Mhm.
that sort of admiration that leads you to kind of want to be and talk. Or I just thought it was so salad.
Yeah. Oh,
Salad.
many words. We were like, wait, what does he say? Like, what did you? We have videos of him, and when we play it for him now, we're like, look at how you used to talk.
Look how you used to talk. That is really funny. That's really funny. So are you guys now back to
Not
shooting?
quite yet. We'll be
Okay,
back. Yeah, we'll start
great.
shooting in February. Yeah.
Yay! Exciting. And you're so lucky because you get to work in LA
Uh,
and you have you can parent and you can be at home. It's tough. Like now everything's so shooting far away. Like I don't want to go far away. Like I don't want to go live in Canada or
just
Australia.
oh,
I want to be here near my boy. It's
so
tough.
cool shooting in LA. Actually, I there's a dry cleaner down the street that because we shot practical
Yeah.
locations, and so we were like all over LA, mostly East Side, but all over really. And they had a poster in their window saying, "Did you see us on Nobody Wants This?" And like just because in some of like the B-roll, their dry cleaners was featured, and
Yeah.
I love that for LA, that it was like shown on film in this way that was especially some, the East Side locations. And I liked seeing our town on screen like that.
You know
Like,
what? When I worked on you, we shot that season in LA and well, actually, yes. So they shot it in LA for a few seasons, but it had that kind of iconic,
yeah,
actually, yeah, the second season, third season. So they used a lot of locations that felt really iconic and a lot of East Side places and things, which I thought was really fun. And it's always fun because it's such a big city and there's new things popping up. So when you discover something new, I remember shooting this place that was like this garden, but a restaurant. I'm like, where is this?
mhm.
And sure enough, it was like, in Silver Lake and it was pretty new and it was great. It was really fun to shoot in these areas and explore and find locations that were like not what you think. It's not
Oh
just the
yeah.
Hollywood sign or the beach. It was
Well,
like, something
you're
different.
from the valley too. For me, like we shot one of those scenes. This was like actually a full circle moment for me, and I'll just tell you really quick. But one of that vintage store scene was at a thrift shop called Iguana on Ventura
I know
Boulevard,
it. Yeah, I
and I
know it well.
stopped there. Like when I was in high school, when I first got into like shopping vintage, I remember my friends and I would go there and like love going there to find an outfit to wear out that weekend or whatever it was. And I walked in, and the smell of the vintage store has a very distinct smell when you walk in. It's a good smell. It's just like old clothes. I don't know. It's a nice smell.
Sometimes, I don't know.
Yeah.
Sometimes I get a little like, I'm not
So
into it. It depends.
I don't want to say that it was a smelly store. I'm trying to say that like it just had a
Yeah.
distinct smell. And I walked in, and I just like I was taken right back to like being in, ninth grade. Um, and it was like such a full circle moment. I was like, I'm back here in the store now, like costume designing, working or whatever on a show. And it was like such a moment for me actually. So that was pretty cool. So yeah, being like in my own town and like going to places that have like it's just nice. I don't know. It's nice working at home for sure.
It is. It's
So,
nice working on location too, obviously, because there's always everything is so fresh and different. But I think when you're trying to be not trying, but being a parent,
yeah,
and also, being there for your family, it does make things a bit,
of course.
a lot easier, of course. Um, so what's going on with the holidays? Like, do you have any, first of all, do you have any traditions, any things that you're looking forward to? Is there anything I like to say, like, and also, here's another question. Is there anything right now that's inspiring you? Like, I know that you're a person that you read a lot, you're a reader, you like to travel, you're a francophile. I know you like art so much. Like, is there something that you've seen recently in LA or anywhere else that has inspired
Oh
you?
gosh. Yeah, I have a I do read quite a lot. I have a book club that
Oh,
inspires
good for you.
me. Yeah, so we just they're great. I mean, there's about 15 of us. The best thing about this book club is that the women are very committed to book club. They
Right.
read the book, they come to talk. And
Great.
and that's really nice because I've had book clubs in the past where people fall off, they don't read the book, they're sometimes in, sometimes out, but this
Yeah.
is a group of very dedicated readers, and so we come together. Uh,
Which can be good or bad.
yeah, it's fun. So they're inspiring. For the holidays, I think we're gonna stay in LA. We're gonna have a California Christmas, and just we usually host New Christmas Eve.
Great.
Love to like do a big. I love planning the menu. I'll probably make your cake,
Yay.
of our desserts, and there's always like an element of surprise. I like having like we've had violinists come and sing Christmas carols with us. It just makes it, just having it just is fun. Yeah.
Wait, that's an
Yeah.
amazing idea. Eduardo would love that
You
idea.
should, yeah, just one violinist.
What?
Yeah.
Where do you find this person? I'm texting you later. Oh my
Okay.
goodness, really?
Yeah.
Because we are also hosting Christmas
Yeah.
Eve here in town, and like that would be an amazing surprise.
Yeah.
Like when I had that mariachi band come for
Yeah.
my mother's 60th, and I remember she was so shocked when six men
Yeah.
came in and started mariachi banding. It was like she just loved it. It was so
Yeah.
much fun for everybody. But that's great. I love that idea.
Yeah.
I love
Well, it's the
that.
versions too, right? And they sort of know the lyrics, but they don't know the lyrics, but they love to have a good time. So they
You
engage.
should film that. That's funny. I'm a huge fan, maybe because I grew up this way,
Yeah.
but like I feel like things used to not be so sensitive about, not it's not like teasing, but like laughing at cultures and all of our different things. Like
Yeah.
it's every culture has funny things about it.
Yeah.
I love culture, like just sort of like the mix of cultures. I love this idea. That's why, again, back to the show, why it works. I love this mix of cultures coming in. Like I grew up with my grandparents making fun of Italians or Polish, or they'd sing these. Nobody took that so seriously. It was like fine. Like we could all tease each other and kind of like it wasn't like true, but there was maybe some truth to certain things or in that moment. But I don't know. I grew up that way, and there's something about that kind of clashing of cultures coming together. Maybe it's also something that I've always found heartwarming and funny, and particularly in a time now where I feel like specifically in America, there's like this divide that if you think differently than someone, ooh, you're a bad person.
Totally.
You're not a bad person.
Mhm.
We all have the right to have our opinion, and our opinions are based on our journeys in life, our families, everything else, right? Our experiences. So anyway, I just like love that. I think that's like
Yeah.
really funny to be able to bring that all together,
Yes.
right? It's
Yeah.
very funny.
Yeah. It's very, I mean, there's so much humor in it.
Well, and you guys
Yeah.
are all funny. So, like, you have a great sense of humor. Your husband's funny. Peter's funny. Sai. So it's great. Well, listen, I'm so glad that you took the time to do this. I know that you've got so much going on between the show and all your other projects and people that are calling you every second asking you what they should get for the holidays. Which we're not going to talk about today because it's very easy. See, guys, it's very easy to call on a friend who you know has great taste and is out there looking at things to say, where do I find a great cashmere sweater? Your dog's going crazy. But that kind of stuff, but we're not going to do that. I might do it later via text, but I'm not going to do it on here. Anyway, we're gonna close, but I'm so happy you joined us, Negs. Thank you, thank you, thank
Thank
you.
you so much
Um,
for having me, Sash. It was so nice chatting with you. I love you.
You too. I love you so much. And thank you all for joining us from everywhere. You guys are the best. And I'm gonna reach out later to tell you who our next guest is. And I'm so happy that you were able to be with us. Thank you. Ciao. Ruff, ruff, ruff. Bye, sweetie. See ya.